Just imagine turning the tiniest corner of your home into an ergonomic powerhouse. Well, you can nowadays with desks like this. This is the Leitz Ergo Small 6 standing desk. It's a bit of a mouthful there. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're one of those people who maybe you're working from home and you haven't got a lot of space, or you're working in a bedroom, like here, you've got a little bit of space in the conservatory or something like that you could use. Maybe you work from an RV or a mobile home. You just haven't got the room for one of those great big desks that most sit-stand desks are. So stick around as I show you all the benefits, including how it looks, how it feels, what it's like to use. Some of these add-on extras here, you can see these pegboards here, they're absolutely fantastic. These have been gazumped by my artist wife. She does a lot on Etsy, and you'll see here it's perfect for that sort of person too. We also use it for kids' homework because it's great for those. And it's really nice if you just want to come and spend a bit of time standing instead of sitting all day while you're working. This desk is built for small living, small spaces. If you've got a million things and you need documents all over your desk and all sorts of stuff, this isn't the desk for you. But if you're limited with space, this is absolutely perfect. You'll see it's stylish. It's got some really nice additional features here in the way that it looks and the way that it goes together. It really is going to make a big difference to how you work. Okay, so let's start off by looking at portability and the space-saving design. It is space-saving, as you can see, 80 by 60 here, 80 centimeters in width, 60 in length. So that's sort of 2.5 foot wide, 2 foot deep, which is perfect for those small spaces. And you can move it around. It doesn't come with wheels, but I'm strong enough to lift it and move it around. Maybe you are too. If you're frail or you have difficulty with strength or lifting, then it's probably going to stay in the same place because you can't just move it around like that. But it's really handy. And if you've got someone to help you and you decide, oh, I don't want it in this room, I want it in that room, really easy to move around. And what does that mean? You can tug it in next to a sofa or a settee in a tiny bit of your room. You can have it in the corner of a bedroom if you're a student. You can do what I've done here and have it in the conservatory to get a bit of light sometimes when you're working. Or if you're in any of those other cramped spaces, maybe you live in an RV or a mobile home, it's not going to mean that 2/3 of your property all of a sudden becomes your work desk. So what's the build quality like? Well, it's really sturdy here. You've got a really nice thick desktop, really nicely made. I like this little feature here. I'm not sure if that grain goes all the way through it, but this outer piece here just looks really nice as well. And the metal of it's nice and strong and sturdy as well. So once you put it together, it just bolts together. It's really nice and firm. Here you'll see there's a tiny little bit of movement with it. That's not the table itself, that's the carpet that it's resting on. So if you're on a carpeted floor, you could expect a tiny bit of movement. But if you're on a solid wood floor, it's not going to move at all. And the 4 feet that it comes with are adjustable by screwing them in and out, which means that if you're on, say, a kitchen floor which has got tiles, you're not going to end up with a bit of wobble that can befoul many other tables. So how easy is it to build it? Well, it's really easy. You just take the 2 feet and you screw them in, you bolt them into the bottom. You then bolt a couple of bits on the underside of the wood here, and then you bolt that to the frame as well. Really easy. And these bits, these pegboards, they're 1 screw, so you could have this on this side or this side. This you can take off really easily and move around as well. So it really is a piece of cake. And it comes with a cable basket underneath as well, which, as you can see here, I've managed to avoid to a certain degree unsightly cables or trip hazards. Finally, you just mount this control panel here. Let's talk about this. This is great. So you'll notice we've got up and down. It moves really easily. It's very, very silent as well. So if you're in an apartment where you're worried about annoying people because of the noise, you can hear how silent that was there and how smooth the movement is. And you've got 4 memories there, so you can set 4 different heights for people. So we have one here for me for standing, another one for me for sitting, and then you might have one for children or a partner or a wife or whoever else you work with. So that's a really nice feature. And here we've got this little bell-shaped feature here, which reminds you at intervals that it's a good idea to look between sitting and standing. Now, there's another feature which I didn't know about until I was doing a bit more research into what I wanted to say about this product. But it's also got here at the back a USB port, so you could charge something, and here on the side a USB-C port, so you can also charge something. So you could just have a cable here to keep your phone charged while you're working, which is a really great addition. I haven't seen that before on any other desks. I think all of the desks should include that as standard. And you might be thinking, well, what about if I wanted to use it for a laptop? Absolutely fantastic option here. When you get the pegboards, you can also slot in one of these. I'll slot that in there. Let's move the arm. And here we have a laptop riser. Now look, that's really great because the base of the laptop's going to sit in here and the screen's going to be up here, which is perfect for eye height too. So I'm really impressed with that. And there's still plenty of room on here for a keyboard and a mouse and pots and pens, cups of tea, whatever it is you might need. So it's a really good size for working with a laptop if you're in a small space. You want to see the pegboard organizer moving? I'll show you. Really simple. So all we're going to do is unscrew a little piece here. And this is the pegboard organizer. Really nice, really simple. I can move it onto the other side if I wanted and just screw it on again. No problem. I'll put it back there so you can see it whilst we're working, but I really like that option. It's rare to get add-ons that are so useful as this. The pegboards come with, you can see here, we've got a couple of pots which we're using for pens. Yeah, I guess you could put plants in them if you wanted to, or something like that. Things to hang things off. You've got a little organizer there that you could put paper in. That could be over there. Perhaps you had sheets of A4 paper, sheets of letter size paper that you needed to use. And the laptop organizer. And as I say, all of these are adjustable quite easily to take away if you're not using them. Get rid of that and get all your space back again. It's clever. And how long did it take me to set up? 5 minutes? It probably took me longer to recycle the cardboard packaging that it came with than it did to put the table together. So really easy, really quick. Let's take a look at this in sitting then. So here I am sat at 75.7 centimeters. The table can go as low as 65 and all the way up to 130. So it's got a really nice range of movement here. You'll see I'm sat very comfortably. I think this is perfect for families who've got kids at home as well and younger kids who frankly aren't looked after when it comes to how easy it is for them to sit comfortably when they're doing their homework. And if you're over 6 foot tall, you're not going to have any problems at all because you're 130 centimeters. That's pretty high. So I'm going to sit and work here for a while and then I'm going to press my timer. I'm going to have it for half an hour. It goes in 30-minute intervals. So after half an hour, the table's going to let me know that it's time to move. Then I'm going to move into standing again. And then after that, I'm going to have half an hour standing into sitting again. This is how we want to be working. You don't want to be sat down working for 8 hours a day any more than you want to be stood working for 8 hours a day. So it's really nice to get those little reminders. It's like having little movement codes that it's going to help make sure that you end the day with a lot more energy than if you've been in one position for long periods of time. Let's look at the ergonomic benefits of this. So most of the main ergonomic issues for home office arise from a selection of factors that include poor posture. So here it's really nice to have a good posture if you're sitting on a stool or a chair or a perching chair or if you're standing. One of the other main problems is static posture. So here we've got those reminders to move every half hour or so, and we can just move whenever we want as well. So we've done away with that. The third piece is contact stress. Now, for a lot of people, if they've got a fixed height chair, it's really difficult if they've got a fixed height desk. So having a desk like this, here you can see I'm just going to raise it ever so slightly. It's going to mean that everything's at exactly the right height. You want to have your elbow here at about 90 degrees when you're working, so that you're not reaching up to. Here, if I'm reaching up, I've got that contact stress issue, which is a real problem and causes a lot of people a lot of pain over time because the soft nerves, the soft part of our arm here, under our forearm, really doesn't like having pressure into it. So having that's a really nice one that gets rid of that issue. And the fourth issue is repetition. And the fourth issue is repetition. Do with that what you will, but it's up to you to make sure that you don't spend all day doing exactly the same sort of thing. So if I were you, I'd consider task rotation. I'd sit for a while whilst I was working perhaps on a spreadsheet or on emails or something like that. And then I'd shift it up to my next standing position, which is all automated for me, and then do a Zoom call or a Teams call or something like that. So you're getting that rotation between sitting and standing and sitting built into your working day. What if, like my wife, my partner, you're an artist or something, you might want to sit working been sitting for a while and then been standing, and again they bring that movement into your day, which avoids those poor postures, those static postures. And what am I doing here? Well, I'm going to perch on the edge of this. I've lifted the table up to 1 meter here. I'm sat on the Leitz Ergo cozy stool, which means I can waddle around while I'm working, which is a really nice way to work as well. Done that for a while. Okay, time to stand up again into the full height. How much does this table cost? It's so affordable. This was one of the things that really got me when I bought this. Was I couldn't believe how affordable it was compared to some of the larger, more expensive desks. This is an absolute steal. It's such a bargain. So prices changed, so obviously I can't say it's this price right now, but it really is an absolute bargain if you're thinking of getting a little home office work environment going without turning your house into one big work desk that's there all the time. So there it is, the Leitz Ergo Small sit-stand desk. It's electric, it's compact, it's super affordable. Comes with these great features here. You've got the side pegboard here. You can have one of those on either side. These are optional, the pegboards are extras. One on the back here, you get all these nice handy little features depending on which pegboard you get. I love that laptop holder. Let me grab it. It's over here. This laptop holder is absolutely fantastic. I would love to show you my laptop in action here, but it is currently in use because I've evicted my wife from her fantastic table whilst I show it to you. You can imagine here how lovely it is to sit and stand, particularly in an outdoor environment like this conservatory here, and be able to get a bit of work done. So what do you think? Could you take advantage of a small sit-stand desk like this? Fit it in really affordably into your house? Get away from that kitchen table or working crammed into your side of your bedroom, sitting on the edge of a bed with a laptop. Just get one of these, stick it in the corner of the house, anywhere, really easy, and make life so much more comfortable.